What's going on, lads? Welcome back to Fusion YGO, and today I'm bringing you a profile of the deck I'm playing in the current format. I've been testing this deck like crazy, and I've watched a couple of builds of it, and I found that I really like this one. I've been working on different ratios within the deck, and I have found that this deck is really explosive, working going first or second. You are able to pick boards apart going second. You are able to make boards going first that are very difficult to break, and you can back those boards up with a lot of really good really reflexive hand traps, as well as quick play spells and trap cards. So you're able to play a bunch of different cards in this 40 card list that are very unique and explosive, and today I'm going to show it to you. Today we are going to check out Tri-Brigade Zoodiac. This is not a budget deck list. I am not going to tell you that it is. It is not budget. However, if you want to play this deck, it's super fun. It's very explosive, and you'll have a lot of fun playing this deck. It will last for a while, I think. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to hit that like button, and leave a comment onto how I just screwed up like. Yep, that happened. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in to Tri-Brigade Zoodiac, or as I like to call it, the Zoo Brigade. If you'd like to own one of these super sexy playmats, then go to the description and follow the link to be able to purchase one of these. And if you use my promo code FusionYGO10, you will be able to get an additional 10% off of your order. So go ahead, hit that link, and enjoy the rest of the video. Zoo Brigade! It's time to dive right in. So we're going to set aside the extra and the side. We're going to go ahead and show this off. So first off, we've got triple copies of Zoodiac Thoroughblade. Now Thoroughblade lets you discard a Zoodiac card and then draw a card. This is one of your draw engines of the deck, is the Zoodiac Thoroughblade, and when it's attached to a Zoodiac Exceeds monster, it does piercing damage. The important thing here is that he's a big old boy at 1600 attack. The attack points don't really matter ultimately, but it can come up in like super simplified game states, which you can generate pretty easily. Next up is going to be triple copies of Zoodiac Whiptail. Alright, Whiptail lets you banish. So as a quick effect, it can attach itself to Zoodiac Exceeds monsters, but its equipment ability is it banishes the card it fights. So in combat, and when you're in battle phase, if you have Thoroughblade attached to something and it's 16, well, you could scoop this underneath it and make it 28, and if that 28's bigger, it'll also banish it, which is absolute insanity. Next up is going to be triple copies of Zoodiac Ram. This card is really helpful strictly for its popping effect. When it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you get to revive one, which is always super duper nice. And that's really the only effect you're going to use for it. Its other effect hasn't come up yet. It protects from targeting of trap cards, but that's not super important. And then one copy of Zoodiac Rat here, which is your Foolish Burial. Its other effect is useless because it's at 1, which I think it'll always be at 1. Rat is a crazy good card. And then finally is Zoodiac Barrage, which lets you special summon one from the deck. Thoroughblade's effect is on normal or special summon. So if you open like a Rat, a Ram, a Thoroughblade, like if you open a bunch of Zoodiac cards, you can just barrage away something. Like if they, let's say you normal summon Rat and they ash it, you can barrage it, popping it, summoning Thoroughblade, and then Thoroughblade can ditch your Ram. So if you open 4 Zoo cards like that, you can easily play the game. And that's going to do it for the Zoo engine. The next engine on our list is going to be the Tri-Brigade engine. So this engine is actually really crazy, and you're going to I really enjoy this list, this lineup. So we've got triple copies of Fractal. So Fractal, what it does is it activates in hand or on field. The first thing it can do is you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to send one level 3 or lower Winged Beast, or Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to the graveyard. The other effect is something that all the Tri-Brigade share, while they're on the field, you are able to special summon link monsters by banishing material from your graveyard. So if you want to make a link 3, you banish 3 cards from your graveyard, and you're able to special summon a link 3. This does bypass summoning conditions, which is important for what's coming later in the profile. 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Nerval. Nerval is the reinforcements of the army of the deck when it is sent to the graveyard. So you can use this as link material on the field, and then when you link this away, you get to search another Tri-Brigade card, which is kind of cool. But the part of it that's really important is that effect. So being able to dump Tri-Brigade Fractal, Fractal will then dump Nerval, Nerval will then thin your deck another card. So it's like Foolish Burial plus Rhoda, and then you just kind of go off. And then the last one is going to be 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Kyrus. Kyrus, as a special summoning, as a way to summon itself, you can discard another beast, beast warrior, or wing beast type monster and special summon him. And then the other effect is being able to banish. Obviously, all 3 have that effect. And then the final Tri-Brigade card is we're currently running 3 Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault. So this will let you target a beast warrior, or wing beast type monster on the field and special summon something from a beast warrior, or wing beast that's not the same type as what you targeted. And you're able to special summon it from your deck as long as it's got less attack points. So like this pairs really well with another card that's coming later in the deck that actually can help you play around and toy with Nibiru. Which is always funny. And this just gives you a special summon on your opponent's turn, which comes in clutch when you only open the Tri-Brigade stuff. This card lets you do something reflexive and offensive on your turn, and it also helps you break boards with this other card. And that's going to do it for the Tri-Brigade engine. Alright, next up is the hand traps. So the hand traps are pretty standard. It's going to be triple copies of Ash. It's Ash. It's the most versatile one. Double copies of Nibiru. Now, you could cut a Airborne Assault. If you wanted to cut this down to 2, you could. It is a hard once per turn, and I've been thinking about it, and you could run another Nibiru in the main. That is an option. It's just kind of up to you. And then 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. I'm currently running 8 hand traps. Like I said, I've been contemplating cutting this down to 2 and running a 3rd Nibiru so I see more hand traps. It's just kind of up to personal preference. I really like this lineup right now because I'm able to break boards with other cards in the supplemental cards, which is what's coming in the next section. But these are the perfect hand trap lineup for me right now. That is literally the only change I'm thinking about making to the main deck is this card for an Infinite Impermanence. Or not for an Infinite, for a Nibiru. So it's up to personal preference. I think that's what that may end up being the ultimate deterrent for people, and it's a very easy change to make. But this card is so good with Tri-Brigade Engine and being able to search out cards like Whiptail and things like that on your opponent's turn. It's just incredibly helpful. So it's just kind of up to player preference. This is just a hand trap lineup that I like. Finally, for the main deck, we've got the additional cards, the supplemental support. So we've got 2 copies of Alpha, the Master of Beasts. If you have a 3rd one, you can always run that as a 3rd one. A 3rd one is incredible. This kind of is a pseudo hand trap in a way because it helps you break boards going 2nd because this card's incredible. The next card is going to be 1 copy of Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Yes, we are playing the Stormwind lock. I found the Infinite Negate combo is actually very susceptible to a lot of different things. This is a little bit less susceptible, and then you can easily link it away or just destroy it with Dryden. You've got ways to deal with this card being on the field that it ultimately doesn't matter too much. Triple copies of Fire Formation Tenki. Yes, I did not put this in the Zoodiac engine because it works for both engines, so it's a supplementary engine. The fact that it boosts them by 100 attack points can come up, but it's less likely it's there for the search. If you open Rat Pier in this, it's full combo. If you open Thoroughblade this and Fractal, it's full combo. You have so many ways to combo off that this card just really helps you. 2 copies of Pot of Avarice. I've actually been contemplating cutting this card. It's good. I may cut it down to 1 to be able to run, like I said, another Nibiru. That might be the other changes that I cut this from 2 to 1, and I put in the 3rd Nibiru. It's kind of up in the air for me still. It's probably going to be the Airborne Assault, but this could happen. It just kind of depends. Being able to recycle your extra deck and draw 2 cards is always nice. 2 copies of Solemn Strike. Strike is Strike. It's just a going first card that's really helpful. And then 2 copies of Judgment. So I decided on these cards to be able to go first and or second. And because they're counter traps and you're playing a deck that's really good at breaking boards and conserving your life points and things like that, these cards are very, very good and very explosive in grinding your game states. So I hope you guys enjoyed the main deck. Let's go ahead and jump into the extra deck. All right, now into the extra deck. And the extra deck is pretty straightforward. We got 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Fergit, the Baron Blossom. So Blossom here is Resident Sniper and Crazy Chick. So what this means, what this card does is during your main phase, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Beast Warrior or Wing Beast type monster from your hand. And then you can't use anything except those types of monsters to special summon this turn, which isn't a big deal because everything is, except for your hand traps. And then when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to draw a card and then place another card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So it helps you get rid of problems. Like if you use this to make the Link 3 after making the Simorg play or whatever, what you can do is make the Link 3 or the Link 4 depending on what your extension has been. And then you'll be able to draw a card and get rid of something like Nibiru because you're going first and you don't need it. So that's what that card does. Next up is Tri-Brigade Rugal the Silver Sheller. Jeez, easy for me to say. What this card does is as a quick effect during your opponent's main phase, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast type monster from your hand or graveyard, but negate its effects, and it returns to the hand during the end phase. So this helps you recycle cards, and being able to do all that is just an incredible resource. Next up is going to be Tri-Brigade Shireg the Ominous Omen. Okay, this card is crazy. When this card or another Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster is special summon or to my field, you get to banish a card on the field. Yep, that's what it does. Banishes cards, breaks boards, and it's a 3K beat stick. If it's in the graveyard, you can add 1 Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand, whose level is less than or equal to the number of your banished Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters. So if you've used the effects to summon 4, you could add a level 4. Or, I mean, you're almost always guaranteed 3, so it's incredibly reflexive. To play off the Zoodiac package, and to finish off this package, we also have 1 Simorg Bird of Sovereignty. This just summons out the barrier statue. To finish out the Link monsters, we have 1 Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. This is just if you only open your Zoodiac cards. This gives you a way to make your opponent hate everything. And this card's insane. It's a big 4K unbeatable, indestructible basically, which is really nice. And then an Apollousa. Apollousa is just there as a flex pick. Honestly, if I had another copy of a card that's coming later, I'd probably run that. But this is just a flex pick for now. And that does it for the Link monsters. Let's go ahead and hit the Exceeds monsters. The Exceeds monsters are going to be 2 copies of Zoodiac Tiger Mortar, 2 copies of Zoodiac Chalky Knight, 1 copy of Zoodiac Dryden, 1 copy of Zoodiac Borbo, 1 copy of Zoodiac Hammer Kong. So yes, we are running the full Zoodiac package. We are also running a Zeus. Going second, Zeus is an incredible card. It helps you it will break boards on its own. And you can use it as your 4th summon, which is absolute insanity. Being able to blow up the board as a quick effect is insane. And having backup things like counter traps and things like that to pick apart your opponent's board, end on a Zeus, and then pass turn, and your opponent is stuck like, oh no, I don't know what to do. This card just helps so much in those kinds of game states where you might not normally win. This card pretty much cleans up shop. Hammer Kong is in here as an additional name. because if you don't care about Nibiru, then you just go, okay, we'll go Chalky 9, Tiger Mortar, Hammer Kong, Boar Bow, hit attack directly, and then make that, and you'll have a 5 material. You could use Trident too if you're going second and you're like, Trident isn't good enough for whatever reason. It's basically just there's a way to cleanly attack directly, make Zeus, win the game. And that's going to do it for the extra deck. On to the side. So my side deck is a work in progress at the very best case scenario right now. I've got 2 copies of Artifact Lancia because it's good against Dinosaur and it's good against a lot of other decks. Like Orcust I see a lot locally. This is just a good card. 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird because it shuts turns down. My 3rd copy of Nibiru because I didn't know what else to do with it. Like I said, this could be changed out into the main and I could be siding something completely different, another going first card. 1 copy of Dino Wrestler Pankratops. It's a board breaker, important. Then we've got the other hand trap. Yes, I'm running a bunch of hand traps in the main and the side. Triple copies of Gamma and a Driver.
Hello.
Gamma will be able to blow up cards on the field, negates monster effects, always hot. Driver is just a necessary brick that you have to run with it. Not a big deal though. It's the only brick in the deck. Everything else works. And then for your continued stuff, we've got 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Raigeki, and 1 Called by the Grave. These are for back row decks. This is a going second purely card, and this is a going first card. I'm still working on the side deck. I'm not 100% sold on it. This is just kind of what I'm tinkering with now. I don't side a whole lot. My siding is basically just switching out the hand traps for more oppressive hand traps against what I'm playing against. So this is just a template right now. Feel free to change it to whatever you guys like. Alright lads, and that's going to do it for the Zoo Brigade. This deck is super fun to play. I've been testing it, like I said, like crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to make any of the changes that you think that make sense. I've listed out all of the ones that I'm thinking about making throughout this profile, so feel free using mine as a template to figure out what you want to do. I have never opened completely unplayable. I've always been able to end on something. This deck is incredible. I've never played a deck that could play through so much interruption and just not care. And going second, it's able to break boards like it's nobody's business. So leave a like if you enjoyed this profile, comment, subscribble, because we need more peoples over here on the YouTubes, and all that other good stuff. So look forward to my ban list prediction video on Friday. It's a work in, I finished it, so now it's just editing it and getting it all purdied up. So I hope you guys enjoy all that. And we will see you guys in the next one. And until then, lads, good fun. Have luck.